Hi, my name is Cambron. I work for Cambron Software, and I'm going to take you through the main features of Power Music in this presentation. So what's in this video? We're going to look first of all at what Power Music is. We're then going to have a look at what platforms you can run Power Music on and what operating systems it runs under. And then we'll have a look at the various versions of Power Music, the trial version, the full version, Power Music Lite, and our new digital songbooks which use Power Music to power them. So what is Power Music? It's a way of displaying your music on screen. You do away with your paper-based music. No more books of music, no more folders, no more sheets of paper floating around. Everything is stored in your computer and is instantly available. You can annotate and you can add performance notes to your music. You can index and tag your music so you can find it very quickly by searching by keywords or key phrases. You can search by composer and author, and you can search by copyright information. You can display music multi-page, you can have single pages, or you can have 2, 3, 4 or even 5 pages across the screen if you're using a good widescreen monitor. You can link audio files to a piece of music so that you can use this for practicing, or these could be backing files which automatically run when you move on to a piece of music, or you can trigger them manually when you want the music to start. If you're using chord sheets, then these can be edited and transposed in Power Music. And you can create set lists for a performance, so all of your music's there waiting in order, ready to be played. And of course, as you move through your music, you've got a hands-free page turning. If you're using a touch screen, you can touch the screen to move through, but better than that, you can use a foot pedal, just tap a pedal and move you back and forward through your music. No more taking your hands off the instrument to turn pages. So here's what Power Music looks like. This is the launch screen, and from here you've got some access to the various parts of the program just by clicking on the icons. This is the main screen of Power Music, and here we've got 3 pages of music displayed side by side. Depending on the size of your monitor, you might want just to have 2, or if it's a bigger monitor you could have even 3 or 4 pieces of music side by side. From here you can select your music, you can add new pieces of music, you can set up playlists, and you can search through all the various indexings to find your music. Once your playlist is set up and you go full screen, this is what you see, and here I've got a piece of music just 2 pages wide. On the right hand side there we see the sidebar, and you can see on there quite clearly what your playlist is, and down below there's a space here we could put some notes in. There's a handy on-screen clock to see what time it is when we're performing, and if you're using a tablet or touch screen, there's a way of accessing the keyboard just simply by tapping on the keyboard icon over at the side there. I said you can annotate your music, and here's a screen where we're in the middle of annotating. You annotate in full screen mode, and you can bring up the annotation toolbar, which gives you access to all the features you'd need to annotate your music. Highlighting, notes, sticky notes, lines, shapes, galleries. You can even delete parts of the music, you can put in web links. Lots and lots of ways you can annotate your music. The annotations are saved as an overlay to your music, so you're not actually changing the original music. And of course, if you're using chord sheets, this is the kind of display you would have, and you can transpose your chord sheets, you can set up capo keys and do all the things that guitarists would want with chord sheets. So what platforms does this run on? Well, it'll run on any Windows-based machine, which running either XP Service Pack 3, Windows Vista, or Windows 7. We would recommend Windows 7. It can run it on a desktop computer, laptop computer, all-in-one computer, or a tablet computer, as long as it's a Windows tablet computer. Doesn't require a very high-powered machine to run. It'll run quite happily on a single core processor with about 2 GHz speed, or if it's a dual core processor from about 1.8 GHz upwards. A gigabyte of memory would be more than enough to run it, but obviously the more memory you have and the faster processor you have, the more responsive the program would be. In terms of disk storage, you'll be able to store something like 20 or 30,000 pieces of music in about 60 gigabytes of disk space. It doesn't require a huge amount of disk space to store the music. This is our own Music One system, which we have designed here at Cambron. Music One is specifically designed for musicians who want a solution all-in-one. It's an all-in-one touchscreen computer with a mount which can be rotated either portrait or landscape, and it's really designed for semi-professional musicians or professional musicians who want to replace their music stand with a digital music stand. More information about our Music One system on our website. Of course, if you want to have multiple monitors in a band situation where everybody's seeing the same music, you can link together multiple monitors using a VGA splitter. There's an example of one in the centre of the screen there, and when you control Power Music using the foot pedal, what each of the musicians sees on the screen is exactly the same. So what versions of Power Music are available to you? There's a trial version which you can download freely, and you have all the features of Power Music with up to 5 pieces of music. Once you try to add more than that, it will tell you have to purchase a full version. If you purchase the full version, you can upgrade the trial to the full, and you can upgrade it either as a single user version, a 5 or a 10 user version. New version we've launched fairly recently is Power Music Lite, and the idea of Power Music Lite is a way of playing your music files which you download from PMZips, and there's a lot more information about PMZips on our website. Power Music Lite is free, and you can import as much music as you want into Power Music Lite. Finally, we have the songbooks, and these are a new version of Power Music which contain content. A number of music publishers have approached us and asked us to create electronic songbooks of their music, and it's powered by Power Music. At the moment we have Spring Harvest, and of course there's the Kevin Mayhew system, which is for worship bands, and it has a huge amount of Christian music built into it. But of course Power Music's not just for this, and there are now PMZips of the top 50 pieces of classical piano music which you can put into the Power Music Lite at no charge. Power Music, a better way to manage your music. You can search, you can display it on screen, you don't have to carry around paper anymore, you don't have to shuffle through books to try and find what you want. If you've got a band where you need lots of copies of music, you can easily display it on multiple screens. Transposing is easy for chord sheets. Simply click of a button, you can change the key. You can also add capo chords for guitarists. Page turning, always a problem for musicians, can be done away with now by simply using the foot pedal. Tap the pedal, it moves to the next page, tap the other pedal, it moves back to the previous page. Power Music from Cambron Software. If you want to know more, visit our website, download the trial, see how you got on with the trial, and if you find it useful, upgrade to the full version. Thanks for listening.